Okay, so 4 years ago, we hit upload on our YouTube for the first time. Since then, the side hustle has generated nearly $250,000. Not a business plan, not crypto money, not luck, just consistency, strategy, and a decision to bet on ourselves.
Right? In that same 4 years, we've helped hundreds of people move abroad, build income streams, and get closer to financial freedom. We're not talking theory. We're living this, right? We're living this here from Lisbon. Multiple income streams, a global economy. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
So drop this in the chat. What is one dream you've been putting off for more than a year? Just type it in and be honest.
Yeah. And listen, if you're watching from the future, hey,
Hey,
I hope the future is better than now. Let us know in the comments your answer. What is the one dream you've been putting off for more than a year?
is it fear, money, or not knowing where to start? Also, we're doing an Ask Us Anything today.
Yes. It's Town Hall Sunday, baby.
Town Hall Sunday. Okay. So start dropping your questions now.
Yeah, that's right. So today is simple. It's our 4-year YouTube anniversary. Yay! Oh, you know what, y'all? Should we play our little thing? I'm gonna play our little thing. Where is it?
Right there.
There it is. Here we go.
Yeah. Not a dream, a destination. Our Black Utopia.
Yeah. I'm just saying. It's our 4-year YouTube anniversary, and we've got theme music, y'all. He did it. He created it. He created it. And we're doing an Ask Us Anything with one theme: making dreams come true. All right. We want you to have your dreams come true. And the only one that can do that, the only person who can make your dreams come true is you. All right. It's you. So we're not just talking about inspiration or vibes, right? We're talking about real strategy, real numbers, real decisions, because you've got to make those hard decisions in order for the soft stuff to happen.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into all of that, you might not even know who we are. If you just stumbled across this video and you're like, who are these people?
Who's the people?
Hey, y'all. My name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, we talk about travel and life abroad. We help people who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age. We help you get your money straight so that you can retire on time, or maybe even early.
And abroad ain't bad either.
Abroad's not bad. All right, sweetheart. So what are we talking about today?
So we're talking about how we made $200K on YouTube.
That's right. And we're going to break it down with these 4 simple steps. But first, if you're new to our channel, you might not know. Back in 2018, Rick and I got a wake-up call, y'all. We were getting close to retirement age, and we looked at our money, and it looked cray-cray.
You would never realize how crazy it did look. Have I ever told you how crazy it was?
I'm just trying to say. Okay. But we did get our financial act together, and we went from negative 22,000 plus in net worth to over 1.1 million in net worth. All right. And if we can do it, y'all,
you can do it too.
You can do it too. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, what do we need you to do?
Hit that thumbs up. Let
the algorithm gods know that this is information that needs to be shared. You too can share it. All right. If you're watching from the future, the utopians were telling us you can hype it. If you're watching from the future, also subscribe.
Become a member.
We know that 50% of y'all who are watching, right now are not subscribed. Some of you guys think you're subscribed and you're not subscribed. And we want to know why. We really, really wanted to get to 100,000 subscribers by this 4-year anniversary. We really did. Should I start crying?
No, don't cry.
Should I start crying?
We'll get there.
We will get there. We will get there. That does not diminish all of the things that we have done, nor does it diminish all of the things that you have done by being part of this community. That's faux show. That is faux show, right? All right, let's see who is in the chat. Let's see who's in the chat. Hey, Grog FB. My mom is going to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, April 5th, and we are both coming to the meetup in Portugal. Hey, woo, 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 woo. With ICE getting deployed to U.S. airports, should we fly out of Canada instead? And you live in Seattle. Maybe. You know, when I had to fly to Los Angeles, for the 2 deaths that were in my family last year. And the craziness had already started at the airports. And the, letting go of not TSA, but the air controllers and all of that kind of stuff. And there, we'd had a couple of crashes and stuff. I flew British Airways. British Airways. Because at that time, when they got to the States, they were going up and around through Canada, and then they would come back down on the West Coast. So check out that flight plan. That might be something. And if not, why not fly out of Canada?
Yeah.
Seriously.
We have a friend that flies to Canada first.
Then flies. Yeah.
He won't fly straight into the U.S.
It's ridiculous that we have to do this. It is absolutely ridiculous. So we want to thank you for the super chat.
Super chat, yes.
Or super sticker money. I can't tell which because we're on a third-party app, and Grog is a member as well. All y'all know, every single dime that is donated to Our Black Utopia goes to our scholarship fund for Beyond the Bling. That's our financial freedom program for late bloomers, just like ourselves. So everything that we learned to go from negative 22,000 over 1.1 million is in that program. And it comes with monthly group coaching. Okay, we've got a waiting list, but if you need a scholarship, go ahead, send us an email, put need scholarship or scholarship in the Ray line. You don't have to give us a diatribe and about a sob story or any of that stuff. You're a utopian. You have integrity. We already know that. So just ask.
Just be patient.
Right. Yeah, be patient. All right. Hey, Dr. James, good to see you.
Dr. James.
Greta is in the house. Hola, I'm immensely happy to for both of you. Congrats, richest blessings, cheerings. Oh, thank you. Cheering you higher. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey. And congratulations. Thank you, OBU family. Hey, Allison. It is good to see you in the chat. We've got Black Diamond. Black Diamond is in the chat. We've got Dr. Sanji in the chat.
Hey, Dr. Sanji.
Of course, Gwen and Derek are in the chat. Can't wait to see you guys in June. Oh my gosh. I think you guys are coming. I just talked to somebody else who's also talking to you. We have a client who's also talking to you all about moving or getting residency in Mexico as well. So I think if she was the one who was like, oh yeah, they're coming. Volunteer with somebody else. Hey, Amber, good to see you. From Arizona. Okay, what's going on with the voter files in Arizona, y'all? What's going on? I'm just asking. Hey, Shanora and Theo. Good to see you. Wanda is in the house. Carla P is in the house. Hey, Bobby, we missed you. Hey, Bobby. We missed you behind the scenes, unless you had your camera off.
I think she was there.
Okay. Action VJ. Thank you for always showing up, you and Greta, and helping us out. All right. Be nice to our moderators, y'all. Be nice to our moderators. All right. Deneen is in the house. Greta Cobb is in the house. Where you at? Where in the world is Greta Cobb? Is she in Mexico? Is she in
We're creating a game. We're
Right.
creating a game after you, Greta.
Right? Is she in Vietnam? Where's she at? Where's she at? Martine Moniz. Meriton Martine
Meriton Martin,
is
hey,
in
hey.
the house. Congratulations, OBU, well deserved. Also, excellent conversation with Picky Girl Travels. Oh, that's right. That came out. And I put it in our playlist. Okay. I did put it in our playlist. I think she released it yesterday. You know, anytime Adelia calls, we gonna answer. You know that because she was one of the first people who said yes and was interviewed by whacked out Halisi and Rick who didn't who know technology and didn't have their technology straight. It wasn't a good look, y'all. It was not a good look, and she was so patient and so gracious. Oh my gosh. So the Quietly Elsewhere. Hello, everyone.
Like
good to see you. Happy 4-year anniversary. Thank you. 4 years, y'all. 4 years since we did our first live stream. Well, actually 4 years and 2 days, because it was on the 20th of March. I will never, ever, ever forget. Hey, Cheryl D is in the house. Valerina. We've got Life with Nia is in the house,
Hey.
and she's a member.
Yes.
Thank you. Happy 4 years. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Maria.
Amber.
Thank you, Ailey, LaShonda. Thank you. All right, y'all. Let's get to talking. So you know the deal. Put a Q in front of your questions or comments that you want to see on screen. And we're just going to have a conversation today. Okay. Did you say 250,000 earned from YouTube within 4 years? Nearly 250. Yes. YouTube and YouTube related income, right? So our one-on-one coaching is only because we have a YouTube channel that is included. Okay. Y'all, there is money to be made. Even in this crazy economy, there is money to be made. Every single one of you who are watching, and the majority of you who watch are over 45 years old. We know that. If you're over 45, you're an expert at something.
You have some expertise.
You have been doing something for 10 years, and 10 years equals guru. Okay? That's what the studies say, right? That it takes 10 years. Right? 10 years to become a guru. So we know that y'all know some stuff to make some money. You do not have to be tied to the 9 to 5. And I understand there is something about the comfort of the bennies and the paycheck that's going to show up weekly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, monthly, etc. We understand that.
But like we said, it's just got to believe in you.
Exactly. And you've got to have a plan. Okay. Y'all got to have a plan. Rick and I had a plan. We didn't just say, I don't feel like working no more. Let's do some YouTube. No, we gave ourselves 2 years. We had 2 years worth of living expenses. Now that's what I needed to feel comfortable. You might not need 2 years. You may only need a year. You may only need 6 months to feel comfortable. Right? We also had one Social Security check coming in the house. Okay. And we based our lifestyle on being able to afford this lifestyle with that one check. Mm-hmm. Okay. With that one check. So CK says, yeah. The first year was maybe like 15 or so. Yeah. Okay. Like, let's keep it real, because I know that you see YouTubers and they're talking about, of course, they have many more subscribers than we and views than we do. But the reason why we got into YouTube is because I saw what's her name? Kelly Stamps. I don't even know what she's doing today, but because this was 4 years ago. Baby girl's a multimillionaire. She doesn't need, if she lives right and invests her money right, she will never have to work again in her life. In her life, she was making $40,000 per month between YouTube and YouTube ancillary things. So from sponsorships and this and that and whatever else she offered. If she had merch, I don't remember, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, we haven't even taken any sponsorships yet.
We haven't taken sponsorships. No, we have not. No, we have not. Proud and inspired by y'all. Peace and blessings. Thank you, Roxanne.
Thank you, Roxanne.
Thank you, Roxanne. Roxanne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. We are going to get started, but let's see what you guys are saying. Finally got my visa appointment for May 14th in Houston. Y'all, and I'm assuming that this is for Portugal. The one thing that I want to say for anyone who wants to move to Portugal, please, please, please do your homework. Figure out what the taxes are going to be and all of those kind of things.
Yeah.
All right. Because when we moved, we were under a tax scheme called NHR. I can't remember what that stands for now. Excuse me. But basically,
non-habitual residency.
Yeah, I think you're right. Non-habitual residency. So under that tax scheme, by the time we got here, we were taxed at a flat rate of 10%. Well, not flat, it's still progressive, but 10% was the highest we could get charged. And then if you had write-offs and whatnot, you could, go down from there. But yeah, 10%. And that's on Social Security as well. So I want y'all, Portugal, I love Portugal. I have to say, we have been to a lot of places.
Yes.
And with our life and and our responsibilities, there is no place else that I would rather live. Now, I cannot speak for Rick, but there's no other place that I would rather live. Ricky?
I love Portugal also now. And yes, there's not a whole lot of other places I'd rather live. There's places I could live, but
there are a lot of places I could live.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of places that I could live. But and Mexico being one of them. I love Mexico.
Yes, definitely.
I love Mexico. Right now, I do not prefer Mexico over Portugal, but I could totally do Mexico.
And I love Panama too.
Panama was just okay for me.
She don't like the heat.
It's not the heat; it's the food, and then the heat. So Mexico has heat too. But Panama has more heat, and there's not mountains and stuff. The elevation is closer to sea level, so it's going to be more humid and all of that stuff. And Mexico has places that are pretty arid, so I like that. I like that. And the food, y'all, is Mexico. The food is jamming. Period. Getting Mexican residency just because of procrastination. I'm motivated to get it started next month and get it completed by September, October. Do that, Valerina. Yes. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, y'all. Getting residency in Mexico is much easier than Portugal. Like there's no comparison. There is no comparison. And right now, they do not require you to stay in country a certain amount of time. So to me, everybody should have Mexican residency. Mexico's president is like 1,000 times better than the American president, 1,000 times smarter than the American president. There's just no comparison. No comparison. Oh, you got your passport in 9 days. Okay. That's quick. So, get if you can renew, get your renewal now. Get it now. If you haven't gotten a passport, get it now, because we're assuming that they will always be available. And I know I know that there's going to be somebody who clicks on this channel and says, y'all are fear mongering. You just got to believe in the Lord and just pray and blah, 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 whoop de whoop. However, everything that we said was going to happen before November 2024, everything that we said that was going to happen between, like right before November 2024, we were trying to tell y'all to today has happened.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got no crystal ball.
It has all happened. You don't need a motherfucking crystal ball.
You don't need one.
You don't need no crystal ball. All you got to do is listen to what the man says and believe him when he says it. Okay? I'm not sure. I'm still not sure that there's going to be a November 2026 election. You are? Okay? Not the way it looks today. Who's going to stop him? Who's going to stop him from saying that it would be a risk to national security to have an election, to have all of those people standing in line in places after he takes away mail-in voting so that you have to stand in line? You see what I'm getting at? So get your stuff done. Give yourself options. I may have enough. Should I leave now? Yes. Don't ask us because you know what I'm going to say. Get the hell out of Dodge. Get out of Dodge. Get out of Dodge. Okay. And then if you think you're going to need more money, take the Side Hustle Challenge the next time around. We are in the last week of the Side Hustle Challenge. Yesterday was our second to the last coaching session for the weekly sessions. Now, anybody who takes the Side Hustle Challenge gets 1 year of coaching included, 1 year monthly coaching, group coaching included, right? So we're not going to just say, oh, you got this. Yeah. You on your own, right? Everything that we learned building this version of our business, because we've had a side hustle for as long as we've been together. Side hustle brought us together. So everything that we learned building it this time in this century, or not century, decade, in this decade, is in the Side Hustle Challenge and some. And everything that we've learned along the way. Seriously, you guys, everyone should have a YouTube channel. It's never too late. It is never too late. Okay. You'll know when it's too late, but now is not the time. Okay, girl, please. You didn't put a Q in front of it, but I saw you say one dream I've been putting off. So I wanted to read. She's been putting off a warm winter, but I'm taking steps to ensure next winter will be different.
Don't be putting that off.
House sitting, y'all.
Come on.
House sitting.
There's ways to do it.
House sitting. I'm looking for house sits right now because I still want to get, even though, Britain is tripping, I still want to get back to London to do some more Broadway shows and stuff like, well, not Broadway shows, but, live theater, I should say, right? And all of that.
Yeah.
So, okay, so some of these people I think are answering our question. You love the theme. I love the theme music too. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? How to get residency in Baja California. Renee, we do not get residency in cities. No. Okay, we get residency in countries. Okay, so Tijuana and Baja are part of Mexico. I know it's called Baja California, but that's still Mexico. So you need to get Mexican residency. All right. No shade.
Then you can go anywhere in Mexico you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Baja and because Baja California is kind of cartel-y. Okay. So I'm not sure. Like, if you live in San Diego, I grew up in San Diego. And so Tijuana is our backyard. But yeah, those border towns, they usually don't be, they're not going to necessarily be what you want. However, if you're going back and forth from San Diego to Tijuana or something like that, I get it. And go ahead and get Mexican residency. Okay. You do not get residency for a city. Hey, professor. So y'all, professor has been here from the beginning. She's been here from the beginning, putting up with all of our technical difficulties and sound issues and everything else. About to launch with my expat cousin. She's in Costa Rica. All right. She's in Costa Rica while she's stateside. Okay, so you're going to launch while she's stateside.
She's going to lunch.
Oh, lunch. Oh, not launch. I thought you were supposed to be launching something. Aren't you? When are you retiring? Professor, when are you retiring? I know we've had a follow-up, but it's been like a year and a half. I know you were in the islands for a minute and stuff like that, but when are you? It's time for you to retire. So yes, talk to your cousin about Costa Rica. In the description below, maybe it's not there yet. It might not be there yet, but I'll put it there right after we stop being live. We have a vendor who can help you get residency. If you like Costa Rica, we have a vendor who can help you get residency in Costa Rica. Okay. All right. So let's get to the first point. Dreams. Making your dreams come true, not just desire. Okay. You have to have a system. You have to have a plan. Mm-hmm. Right?
Most people stay stuck because they rely on motivation. We built systems, content, schedules, and income streams, reinvestment. Freedom comes from structure, not feelings.
All right. So when you're talking about making your dreams come true, you've got to be very, very specific about what you want your dream to be. And so for Rick and I, the biggest thing was we don't want to work for the man no more. We knew that if we wanted to do full fire, if you don't know what fire means, baby, you are in the right place. We talk about fire over 50. We talk about fire for folks who didn't get a clue until later in life. Like we didn't get a clue until later in life, right? And so what we are talking about is financial independence, retire early. That's what FIRE stands for. We didn't necessarily retire early. We retired earlier than we thought we could retire. But we didn't retire early as far as retiring in general, because I was already 56 or 57 years old. But for people who did not believe that they could ever retire, for people who thought that we would have to work until we died, this is monumental, y'all.
Yes.
It's monumental. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We did not start from zero money. Yes, we had a negative net worth because we had debt. And we weren't putting money away like we thought we should have been. Okay. And so the first thing that we did is we got rid of the debt, especially the credit card debt, not a car loan unless you're upside down, not a mortgage. Again, unless you're upside down. But credit card debt, maybe private student loans and things like that. And I say maybe because we'll talk about that offline. If you need help with them student loans and all that stuff, you need to schedule a call. I ain't going to talk about this online, how the ins and outs, the trickery dickery. But all of this is legal. All of this you can do. And all of this is on YouTube. You can figure it out, right? Getting out of debt when you don't make any more money. We did a video on that. It is possible to get out of debt without having to increase your cash flow. All right. Let's just say you're living paycheck to paycheck. You are literally living paycheck to paycheck and you've got credit card debt and you don't have one extra dime besides the minimum payment to go to credit card debt. We got you. We did a video on that, okay? Go back and look, get the video, work the plan, right? Take our our challenge. If you don't want to take the side hustle challenge, we've done enough videos about side hustles that you don't have to take the challenge. Just watch the videos and do what we say do.
Yeah.
And look at other people's videos and do what they say do, right? But have a plan. Have a plan. And so for us, you know, we knew that we did not have full fire. We had what they call coast fire, which means we had enough in savings not to necessarily have to put anything more into it, but we probably needed a little extra cash flow, a little extra income, hence YouTube. But again, we had one Social Security check. I designed a life where we could live like we want to live on that one Social Security check. There are places in the world where you can live how you want to live and have fun and do the things with one Social Security check. Okay? Yeah, you got to stay on budget and all of that and all of that, right? All of the travel and all of that we do, YouTube pay for that. YouTube pay for that. When we retired, I said we were saving 65% of our income. We had 2 years worth of living expenses saved, over and above our brokerage funds, our 401k/IRAs. Okay, over and above those accounts, we had 2 years savings. That's what we did in the last years, so that the math would math and with our comfort level. Okay, so you know, freedom means that there's that you do not have the freedom to just spend willy-nilly.
No.
Right? Financial freedom means that you realize the difference between affording anything and affording everything. So Rick and I can afford just about anything, but we can't afford everything. That means you have to make priorities. You have to pick and choose, and you have to spend on what really brings you joy, as opposed to just some nonsense, which is what we do in the United States. By and large, we spend a lot of extra money on nonsense to make us feel good about the fact that we're not living the life that we want to live. Okay. Hey, Alicia Renese. Y'all, if you have not checked out her channel and her singing, baby girl can sing her behind off. Okay. Okay. When we leave to move to Portugal, we are driving from Dallas to Toronto and flying from there. I refuse to fly from the US.
There you go.
That's a drive. Like, that's ridiculous that you feel you've got to drive all the way from the southern part, not the most southern part of Texas, but the southern part of the United States, all the way north past the border.
Northeast.
Yeah. Northwest. Wait.
Toronto's
That's Ontario. No, Toronto's on our side. Ontario's on their side.
You sure?
No.
Yeah, I believe Toronto's further north.
Yeah, but Toronto's on the west side and Ontario's on the east side of Canada.
Okay.
Right? Because I think Ontario is where they speak French, and Toronto, but I'm not. I can't remember now, y'all, because it hasn't been on our list since after Palin. Canada hasn't been on our list, so I haven't been paying attention. I think I'm right about that, though. I think I'm right. All right. What else are you guys saying? Sorry to y'all had to break. What is the status of your residency renewal? So we're both already renewed for residency here in Portugal. I haven't got my card yet. He's already gotten his card. We went on the same day, y'all. He got his card a month ago. A month. I don't know. 2-year plan. Okay. You might not want to move to Portugal in 2 years. So I'd say a 2-year plan to move abroad. I'm not sure what Portugal is going to look like to you. Putin might be in Portugal 2 years from now, but 2-year plan to move abroad, put Portugal on the list, put some other places on the list too. Okay. Put some other places on the list too. Like I said, I love Portugal. I really do. But we are living in, as the Chinese philosopher said, interesting times.
Yeah. Very interesting times.
So Rick's looking up Toronto and Ontario. And everything that we believe is going to be the case is not necessarily going to be the case. All right. So the power brokers, and the countries that have power today are not necessarily the countries that are going to have power 5 years from now. We've already seen the slow decline of quote unquote Western civilization. And they brought it upon themselves. And they brought it upon themselves from racism. Okay. Let's just call a thing a thing. That's why. It didn't have to be this way. It did not have to be this way. But when you are like Trump and you're just greedy, this is what happens. When you think you know more than everyone else, even though your civilization has been alive the least amount of time, this is what happens. When the world is run by people who are 2, 3, 4, 5% Neanderthal, this is a fact. This is what happens. What can I say? So when you're talking about 2 years out, leave your mind open, because we were moving to Spain. Y'all, we were moving to Spain. We were moving to Barcelona, Spain.
Yes, we were.
Okay? Until we weren't. Until Ricardo came up with, Toronto's in central Canada.
So we were both kind of right, but it's on the operates on the eastern standard.
What is the Vancouver?
Vancouver's west.
Vancouver is what I was thinking of. Vancouver, Toronto, Ontario. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. See, I get all twisted up. Loving the OBU theme, vibe music, still trying to figure out which is the best relocation spot after my son and daughter graduate high school, college in a few months, already paid off. Wait, I see a Jamaican flag, already paid off home and land in Jamaica. Is that because that looks like a Jamaican flag?
It does.
Right. Right. And here's the other thing, y'all. You don't necessarily, like, if your kids are not graduating this May, you don't have to wait until they graduate to leave. Why would you keep them in a place that devalues them? If your son and daughter is not yet in college, why would it, besides a HBCU, Arizona State, Ohio State, Colorado State, none of those places are necessarily better. They're probably worse than going to school over here. If racism is everywhere, why would you pay $40,000 a year to experience it when you can pay $1,000 a year to experience it and to get just as good of an education? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Because I don't care whether it's Cal Berkeley, which used to be the bastion of progressiveness right now, because of their enrollment standards, is now as racist as all get out. I don't care if you're talking about Boulder, CSU, right? Or ASU, or Florida State, not FAMU, but, Florida State. For what? Why? Start talking to your kids right now about going to school outside of the United States. Save you some money. Keep them out of debt. And still get that education. Yeah, it does not make any sense. All right, what else are you guys talking about? Booked a flight to Ecuador for July, but my flight was canceled because of the war in Iran. I'm hoping to get rebooked soon. Are you concerned about your travel plans being canceled? Yes. 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 I am. I definitely am. I'm concerned about the folks for the meetup. Everybody's probably already booked their tickets, but things happen. So, and we've already paid money. We've already put down deposits and stuff for everything. So this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be very interesting, but elections have consequences, y'all. And so if anybody just tuned in and was saying last year that we were fear mongering, elections have consequences. And here we are killing babies. Not that we weren't killing them before. Killing babies abroad and killing babies abroad. Well, that was not tomahawk. Shoot, everybody got a tomahawk. Don't your mama got a tomahawk? Or killing babies at home. SNAP? What's SNAP? They don't need to eat when they ain't in school.
No, they don't need funding. They don't need cancer research funding.
They don't need any of that stuff. So they're killing babies abroad and they're killing babies at home. These are the people who are in charge right now, who are all up in the Epstein files. How people in America are not 100% up in arms is beyond me. People are walking around in la la land, y'all. As long as they're walking around in la la land, sell your house, because I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be worth what you think should be worth 5 years from now. There's a small chance that we actually have an election in 2026, and then maybe, but I wouldn't depend on it. I would not depend on it. Not at the rate we're going. I would not depend on that stuff, y'all. You all, people, wake up. Wake up. So Tashika's currently working on a plan. Good. I told my husband, who is an automotive savant, to start a channel for consulting business by just helping people with their cars.
There you go. Yep.
Right? And you can do that. You can do that. You can help people with their cars from anywhere in the world. You do not have to be in person. That's what I remember the first cameras on these phones. How stupid I thought it was. I thought that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Well, I was the stupid one. I did not see the value, because how they were advertising it. You remember them first commercials?
I do.
Right? Homeboy's taking a picture of some chick on a beach and then texting it to his friends. Hey, check her out. Really? That's why I should have a camera on my phone? Men, so weird, so fucking weird. But once I started going to conferences and taking pictures of the PowerPoints and this and that and the other, I was like, yay, yeah. Now with video and with FaceTime and all of that, you can help somebody with something from anywhere in the world. You do not have to be in America. KKK. You do not. So tell your husband, do it. Do the damn thing. After adding up our monthly expenses, which is over $4,000, we can live there on half of that. We've done a couple of videos about our living expenses here. They have changed somewhat. We have seen some inflation here, y'all. How much of it, is because of the melon felon? How much of it is still spillover supply chain stuff? I do not know. But what I do know is when we got here, a bag of ground espresso, right, was €1.89. That same bag is now €4. Yeah. Now, everything has not gone up like that.
No.
but like apples and oranges and stuff like that has not gone up. And not all coffee has, but espresso has gone up like that. So I don't know where those beans come from, but
Juan in Colombia.
they might come from Colombia. I have no idea. I got to look on the back of the thing. Big up to fellow Libra Rick. Yep, he got skills with the new OBU intro outro theme. Yes, yes, yes. It's fire. Planning a birthday trip in the fall to Thailand.
All right.
It's funny because I was just looking at I think her name is anti-HR lady, something like that. Anyway, she was talking about the places that she ain't got to go back to. And one of them was Bangkok, Thailand. She's like, yeah, I ain't. She was there during New Year's Eve, New Year's. Now, I have no idea how crazy it is.
It probably is very crazy.
In Bangkok, right?
Yeah.
But she does not like all the frenetic crowds. I love it. She was afraid of the street food. She was like, I didn't see the hygiene there that I need to see and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fry it up. Just fry it up. Once it's fried up, all the germs are gone. We ate street food.
Oh, yeah.
We ate street food from the night market.
They're not going to just feed you anything. I mean, they're going to make sure it's safe.
Well, here's the thing. They know at this point, those night markets, yes, they are frequented by locals and stuff, but a lot of tourists, not necessarily American tourists, but tourists, right? Tourists from other part of Thailand, tourists from other Asian countries, tourists from other countries in general, blah, blah, blah. Right? Like it's not like in America where somebody just plops a grill down somewhere and starts selling some stuff. These are almost permanent spaces.
Yeah.
And they're marked. And they've got to be rented out in the whole 9 yards and stuff like that. So, look, folks who have constitutions that can't handle a lot of nonsense and this and that and the other. And I will get nauseous in a minute. I never got sick in Thailand. Someone we know got sick in Thailand, and we believe it was food related. Wherever she ate, everybody else who ate there did not get sick. It was just her, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was food.
We're not even sure it was food. But she was down for the count for a couple of days. Nobody else was sick. I never got sick. And I ate the street food. She hated Bangkok. She didn't hate Thailand, but she hated Bangkok. I love Bangkok. She loved Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai was okay. Not enough energy for me. It was lovely. I love Chiang Mai, but I would prefer Bangkok. Where the party's at? Thank you all so much for mentioning the Canadian ancestry last week. My husband and kids qualify for the C3 law change through his great-grandmother, and we're gathering documents. Yes. That's what it's all about. Every single Black American needs another passport. These people are crazy. And even if we have elections in 2026, we've already seen what is possible, right? All of the stuff that we said could never happen here is happening here. Well, we're in Lisbon, Portugal, but happening there where y'all are at, where the majority of you are at, right? It can happen in Britain. It could happen here. It could happen in France. It could happen in Spain. It could happen in Germany. It could happen in South Africa. It could happen anywhere. And the moment we think it can't is when it seeps in, because there's always going to be some greedy ass fuck trying to do too much, right? So congratulations, Pumpkin Spice Dragon. Congratulations. I am so happy for you. I talked about it and I said, I know that we have a lot of home colored people on my mom's side of the family. So I'm gonna have to start looking. I'm gonna have to start looking and digging in because we need another passport. Now, all of you who are fortunate enough to have some Caribbean ancestry or something like that, y'all
Take advantage of it.
take advantage. I know that grandmama or somebody was a little bit hesitant about you carrying on the accent and this and that and the other and whatever patois or language. Them days are over. Okay? Them days are over. We need these passports because it will only be a matter of time if left unchecked that he is going to start getting rid of birthright citizenship and or saying that unless you're in the military, you're not allowed to live abroad and be a United States citizen. You may be, spying, whatever nonsense he gonna make up. He's going to invent to try and get this through. And if not him, whoever comes after him is going to be worse. Okay? JD Vance will be worse. Why? Because he's got all of his marbles. The person in charge right now, he reminds me of my dad in full dementia, just saying all kind of shit. Like, I'm my dad, because my dad was brilliant, y'all. My dad was he brilliant? My dad was brilliant, but in them last years, I'm just saying. The food is fine as far as health is concerned in Panama. It just was not seasoned enough for me. So that was me. But Rick was, you were fine with it. Rick was fine with the food. Rick was fine with the food. But you got to come correct. My people from Louisiana, y'all, I'm not playing. Do not play with me. Do not play with me. This traveling foolishness going on here in these states, air comp controllers, airports closing down due to no staff. Oh, really? This orange-faced demon putting ice there. Oh my God, to deal with 5-hour lines and no flight. This is what's going on. This is what's going on, y'all. We've heard stories, but we're not there, right? And so I don't know how much of it is hype and how much of it is like, oh, heck. Hey, who's talking about Joy Reid? Joy Reid doesn't think there will be an election either. It's the only way he stays out of prison.
That's right.
Yeah. But it's not, right? His ass should have been in prison. And you saw what happened. People who created the nonsense that happened in 2008, 2009, they should have been in prison, but they weren't. I don't know what makes him think he's going to go to prison. They're not sending him to prison. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And so we should not be held hostage by a crazy man. It's crazy. Yeah, but in any event, all I know is I'm going through your guys' comments. I'm tagging them. All I know is that we have got to stay nimble and have a plan. So yeah, when I started adding up the numbers, when YouTube said, "Oh, congratulations, you've been on YouTube for 4 years," and then I started looking at the lifetime numbers. From all of the different income streams, because in 2025, 2026 is 2026 now, right? You have got to have multiple income streams. Right, sweetheart?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right?
Reinvestment, freedom comes from structure, not feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, all right. Toronto City, Ontario, Canada.
Toronto was close to the
Okay, so
Niagara
maybe
Falls.
I'm thinking of Ontario, the city, Ontario, which is what's right above Washington. Isn't that Ontario? Is that no, that's not Ontario. That's Vancouver.
That's
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Okay, we already said that. Vancouver. Tashika. Okay, I'm marking you guys, and then we will move on.
I'm stretching my leg, you guys.
Working on a plan to move soon. Yes, Tashika. And it looks like, so did you buy 7 months worth of members? It's hard to tell. Or did you buy members, a member, 7 months? That's what it's hard to know. I got to do some more homework on how this works. Oh, fly nonstop from New York. Yeah, but you got to get to New York. And that means you got to fly across the country, right? The hubris is out of control, you all. It is out of control. Like you remember in school? You remember those mediocre kids who always tried to be the head of the class, but they were never the smartest, just more charismatic, maybe popular, knew how to suck up to the teacher and have her and all this nonsense, right? It makes no sense that people that we know have something in their brains is going for the okey doke. That's what makes no sense. Okay. We're not going to stay as late tonight because Rick is in pain. I can see him. I can feel him fidgeting, but I'm going to go through these questions right quick.
Well, it's not so much him. It's the people that let him do what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the problem. It's the people letting him do that and get away with that. He's just one person.
Exactly. But everybody else has capitulated and stuff like that, right? Just like during Obama should have never let those oligarchs get away with crashing the world economy. He should have put them MFs in jail. TSA personnel are quitting because they aren't getting paid. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Because the government is partially shut down because the Democrats finally, it should have never come to this. They should have never signed off on the first big ugly bill. They should have held it up. But Chuckles, minority leader in the Senate, we will always support Israel. We love Israel. Oh my gosh. That didn't age well, did it? These people have got to go. They have got to go. And I have to be honest, I was not paying as much attention to the Israeli I mean, okay, I've known that they've been in apartheid since I've been an adult. That part I knew. I did not realize how much worse it had gotten back in the fall of 2024. Otherwise, had I realized where people's heads were at, especially on the Democratic side, okay, we saw this one, then I would have probably known that Kamala wasn't going to win. Thank you for the super sticker, Josette. Excuse me. Thank you for the super sticker. Every single penny goes where?
To our Beyond Bling Fund.
So
scholarship fund.
He must have taken a pain pill because he's slow on the take. He's slow on the take today. So every single penny goes to our scholarship fund for Beyond the Bling. That is our financial freedom program for late bloomers just like ourselves. Every single penny. Just send us an email, put scholarship in the subject line. We have a waiting list for right now, but thank you, Josette. Thank you, Tashika. The unemployment numbers are so bad that this administration will not release the real data. I know. When he fired the last person because they were putting out the truth, we knew what time it was, right, sweetheart?
Oh, yeah.
We knew what time it was. They fired the truth teller. Exactly. Again, thank you for the super sticker, Tashika. And she's a member. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Josette's a member. Thank you. Y'all, I just love you guys. Tashika always also said, okay, so we saw that when working on a plan to move. And Tashika, again, working on my German passport renewal with another super sticker. Thank you. So, Tashika, did we know you had a German passport? Did we know that?
I don't
know that we knew that. I don't know that we knew that. So good. Get that done.
Yeah,
Get it
definitely.
done. Because once you have a German passport, you can live anywhere in the EU. And you don't have to get well, you will have to get residency, but it's a lot easier if you're already a citizen of the EU. You don't have to go through half of the nonsense that we have to go through. Seriously. I don't know what is tickling my throat, y'all. I'm sorry.
Hey,
thank you, Dennis. Thank you. The only thing, you got to read it. I don't know what's going on.
The only thing that may wake Americans up from their stupor is a military disaster with a lot of casualties. You know, Dennis, I kind of always felt that way myself. Things get real when body bags start piling up. And I think things aren't going as easy as they're showing us. I think there's a whole lot more casualties and a whole lot more things going on, but they don't want you to see the body bags for that reason, because folks will they'll rise up then. They'll rise up. So I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Because there's things going on that the mainstream media is not reporting on. They're not even looking at.
Yeah.
They're not even looking at.
No one is talking about the fact that Israel has cut off and is killing journalists. No one's talking about that. No one is talking about the fact that his own mama says he's trash. Hegseth has basically told the media, unless you report on the war the way we want you to report on the war, you get no access. All right. No one is talking about these things. This, like, if any of this stuff would have happened during Obama, had Obama's people said anything, done anything like what is going on today, oh my gosh. They flipped out because he wore a tan suit. They flipped out because there was some video of him in the Oval Office without a tie on. Without a tie on. En serio. This is what we doing now. This is what we doing. You see it is such nonsense. And the mainstream media, the only industry that is mentioned in the Constitution, has fallen down on their job. And the fact that the head of the FCC can just say, well, maybe we should look at their license, and then they bow down and capitulate. This never would have happened back in the day, because they weren't trying to just satisfy shareholder value. They were also trying to report the news.
Yeah, step away from CBS and CNN and NBC.
Well, they're all owned by the same people now.
Step away from them. Quit supporting them. Turn
the TV off. Turn it off.
Go to independent media.
Yeah.
You know, support them. Support the Don Lemons and the Joanne Reeds and people like that. Support them. Turn that CNN and all that other crap off, because they're not doing
their
reporting.
jobs.
They've been failing us.
Yeah.
And they keep filling.
And here's what's really scary, y'all. The only reason why the Joanne Reeds and the Don Lemons and the Roland Martins and stuff can exist, because they, like, I don't know about Roland Martin because he's been at this for a while now. They don't have people out in the field. They don't have correspondence in war zones. So they have to depend upon mainstream media and then give their take based upon their research of what the real deal is. That's what's so bad. Y'all, these are unprecedented times. They really, really are. They really are. Would like to ask if you still have a tax specialist in the States and Portugal. Yes, we do. All right. You, as American citizens, you are compelled to continue to file taxes no matter where you live on the planet. No matter where you live, period. Even if you're living in one of them space stations, you still have to file your taxes.
Them fools
they gotta file their taxes too. Okay. All right. So no matter where you are, that does not mean that you're necessarily paying taxes to America.
You think they file electronically?
I don't know. Like the people in the space, are they going to be able to vote?
Hey.
Or is he going to say no?
It depends.
Right. And the reason why I don't think the SAVE Act is going to pass is because it would cut off all the military too. The military couldn't vote because they can't vote by mail, and they can't leave. All the military can't leave and go back to their home states to vote and then go back to wherever they are. That's not going to work. And so you're telling the military, oh, fight for me, but you can't vote? The foxes are patrolling the hen house, y'all. The foxes are supposedly protecting the hen house.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely crazy. And what, you know, when I listen to American media, it feels like we're in the twilight zone, because when I listen to the media over here, when I listen to what people are saying over here about what's going on over there in America, it sounds more like what's going on in my brain. Like, this is some effed up shit. What the hell is going on? Has America lost its damn mind? It's now, you know, that the agency that says which countries are democracies and which countries aren't has now designated America as an authoritarian state. Yes, yes, yes. It is official. One step beyond the next step, which is where you really don't have elections anymore. Okay? So let's not get it twisted about what is going on. So our facilitator in Mexico is Sonia Diaz, Diazsonia, Sonia Diaz. Just Google her. We don't have a deal with her or anything. There's no special link. She works out of Puerto Vallarta and San Miguel de Allende. And I got her from Roshida's mommy. So Beyond the Bling is an ongoing course, okay? Unlike the Side Hustle Challenge, it is ongoing. Yeah. So it is self-paced. So you can start the program whenever and start joining the monthly group coaching sessions, okay? So yeah, it's ongoing, and information is in the description below. There is theater here in Lisbon. There's ballet, there's opera, there's live theater, both musical comedies as well as dramatic plays, as well as concerts and all of the stuff, okay? This is a major cosmopolitan city with all of the major cosmopolitan things that you would expect in a major cosmopolitan city. Lisbon is the Washington, D.C. of Portugal, y'all. Right? This is the capital. Hola, Jackie from Panama.
Panama.
What's the best way to make more money on YouTube? I am monetized, just want to know how to make more money. You make more money by having more views on your videos, right? You get more views by getting more clicks. You get more clicks by making sure that your thumbnail and your title and your description say the words that your audience is searching for. This is something that we teach in the Side Hustle Challenge. What are the words that your audience is searching for? And make sure that you include those in your title, in your description, or your thumbnail. Okay, so that's the first thing. After that, it's ancillary. Once you get the views to as high as they can be with the amount of subscribers that you have, you always have to deliver on the promise. Whatever the promise is in the title, you have to deliver. Okay, so no clickbait crap. That's not what we do, right? Because that wears thin, and people will know and they'll stop clicking. So deliver on the promise, and make sure that you are constantly listening to what your audience, your core audience, and know exactly who they are, wants to know. The other way on YouTube to increase viewership is to do collaborations. So any other YouTube channels that have a part of your core audience, collaborate with them, and then you get to tap into their audience. They'll get to tap into your audience, because I'm assuming that if they have a part of your audience, you probably have a part of their audience. And it does not matter if you only have 1,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, and you're reaching out to someone who has 50, 80, 100. Okay. We did that. We reached out to people who had established channels, and that was one of the ways that we were able to grow faster than expected.
Yeah, collaboration.
It's key. The other thing is to offer other stuff. Okay, so other income streams. We've done a Move to Portugal Virtual Summit a couple of years. We do a meetup every single year in June on Juneteenth week. We have one-on-one coaching. We do the Side Hustle Challenge, and we also have Beyond the Bling, which is our financial freedom program. All of those are income streams, not including our Move Abroad Toolkit, which is, it's only $8. But, 100 people buy it. That's $80. 100 people, you get 100 people every 2 weeks to buy it. That's another $160 per month, right? It all starts to add up. And for us, over the past 4 years, since this is our anniversary, it's added up to almost $250,000. It's real money. It's real money. And we're not working it. We're not working it like we need to work it. Like we don't, yes, we work on YouTube every day, but not all day, every day. Just a couple of hours every day, if I want to be honest about it. Right. But if we worked it like we worked our jobs, it would be, we would probably already have 100,000 subscribers, and we probably have triple that money. So there's money to be made. It's just how much do you want to work? And this is supposed to be our retirement, and I just don't want to work that hard. I don't. I don't. So I don't. All right. So we answered that one. How do you get around your area? Do you and your husband walk mostly? Do you try to find a place close to markets and clinics? Okay. Hey there. So a lot of the rest of the world, maybe not some parts of South Africa, but in general, especially in the city proper, it has multi-use buildings. Most of the rest of the world have multi-use buildings. They don't do sprawl the way America does sprawl. Not even in like the newer countries like Colombia and places like that. Within the city, you usually are a couple of blocks from a grocery store, pharmacy. The main things that you need, right? And so for Rick and myself, Yeah, we walk or take public transportation. We don't have a car, don't want a car, don't want to pay to have, pay all this money to have something sitting there 80 to 90% of the time. Because that's what it's going to do. It's going to sit in the garage 80 to 90% of the time. Because wherever we go to, we then have to find a place to park on the other side. And so if you're going into the city, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Like there's no way I would want to drive into the city every day. I mean, we live in the city, but into downtown where the tourist area is, no. And I suppose like if we lived, and we're going to Parque das Nações or something like that, one of the newer areas where they've, built a lot of parking spaces, you still have to pay to park. And sometimes, a lot of times, it's slower to get there. Is during rush hour, it's faster to get there on public transportation.
Yes.
Period. The end.
Yeah.
So unless you have some mobility issues or you're carrying a lot of stuff, you've just come from IKEA and you're carrying a bunch of stuff and this and that and the other, there is no reason to take a car, to get an Uber or to drive, because you are going to be in bumper to bumper traffic. Whereas the metro will just go underground and bypass all of that stuff.
The buses, yeah.
Right? So between the metro, the buses, the ferries, the trams, the trolleys, and the heavy rail, the regional rail, we get along just fine. And for all of that, for people who are under 65, the cost of that in the Lisbon metro area is €40 per month. €40 per month for all you can eat public transportation, including the electric scooters and electric bikes.
Yes.
Yes.
And there are grocery stores everywhere.
Yeah, grocery stores. Within a 10-minute walking radius, we have a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4 chain grocery stores.
I was going to say corporate. Yeah, but yeah.
Corporate chain.
And then you got your, what do you call them, bodegas?
The mom and pops. Then you've got all of these like fruitarias.
In between
all of that. So I can't even count all of those. There's too many to count. There's just way too many to count. So yeah, we don't have to clinics and all of that. Like when we go to the doctor, we usually take public transportation. Now, obviously for Rick's surgery, we didn't. Coming home, we didn't. But usually just for usual grocery checkups and this and that and the other, doctor's appointment, we take public transportation. And when we go on vacation, we tend to take public transportation. We figure out whether we can pay just with our credit card. In Britain and in Belgium, you can and here in Portugal, you can just swipe your credit card. You don't have to go buy a ticket or do those things, right? And sometimes, like in Britain, actually, it was cheaper for us to just pay as we go with our credit card than to buy a round trip ticket to wherever we were going on the train, on the light rail or subway, whatever.
The transportation was good. Yeah, transportation was great.
Yeah, public transportation has been great. Every single, we've taken public transportation in Thailand. We took, we didn't take any public transportation when we were in South America, did we? We just mostly walked and took Ubers.
Mostly walked and Uber, yeah.
Yeah, so walk and took Ubers in South America. But here in Europe, we always take public transportation, y'all. Okay? So, yeah. I saw the funniest comment on when the orange man is no more. A guy said he may have to give up his sobriety when that day comes. Here's the thing. How, does he die in office and then we get stuck with JD Vance? I'm not so sure.
He ain't walking away from that office.
He's not walking away.
He's not walking away. And,
not without force.
And don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. Don't hold your breath.
I don't know.
You know how that shit works. because
Cankles
everybody's wishing and hoping and praying, and
Cankles McTitty baby.
he ain't going nowhere no time soon.
McTitty baby. His look.
He gonna have him prop his ass up.
All he's like weekend at Bernie's.
Exactly. He ain't going nowhere no time soon.
I've been slow traveling since 2023. Yes, to Mexico, obtain permanent residency, or will obtain permanent residency in February 2027. Congratulations. Panama, have permanent residency, pensionado, and Canada. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Okay? Do the damn thing. It really isn't as hard as you think. And you there's this lady who she lives her life on cruise ships, and I want to get her on the channel. Now, I know the majority of the folks who watch Our Black Utopia are not interested in living on cruise ships.
I'd like to hear her story, though.
I would like to hear her story and the how, because here's the thing. We discount how much our lives cost in the United States. Excuse me. And we just think about the big ticket items, right? Car note, mortgage or rent, right? And then we'll complain about the groceries. There's all of these, the utilities and all of this other stuff that when you are, quote, renting an Airbnb or living on a cruise ship, you don't have to deal with. It's all included.
Right.
It's already included. So the price is the price, and that's it. And the only thing else you have to come up with is grocery money. On a cruise ship, you don't even have to have health insurance. They've got doctors on board. I'm just saying. I remember the very first cruise that I took. It wasn't Rick's first cruise, but it was his first cruise with me. And I remember there was a couple that was sitting either at our dinner table or we happened to hook up with when we left the boat or something. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we just did this cruise and we're staying on the boat. After this docks, we're staying." And I was like, "Huh, you just do back to back to back to back?" It's like, that's interesting. And I left it alone. And now looking back, I wonder if they were living on the cruise ship.
Probably.
Living on the cruise ship. You got your entertainment. You got your casino on board, right? You got your gym on board. You've got a spa on board. You
got everything you need.
You got everything you need. There's a jogging track. What else do you need? And you get to go to all these cool places and spend a day or two. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's something to think about. I'm a summer girl to the bone. I know that's right. I've always dreamed of living in perpetual summer by traveling to countries that are having their summer and when we're having our winter. I'm not mad at you, Rhonda. I am not mad at you. Look, this is what a dream life looks like, you all. This is what a dream life looks like. When I go for my morning walk, the fact that not only am I looking at very old historic buildings and castles, which is so friggin' cool, but, coming from Colorado, I'm a California girl, but we came from Colorado, just looking at the water every day. What does your dream life look like? And how are you going to get there? And how can we help you get there? All right. So inspired by Sarah Lane says debt elimination is the key. It was the key for us. Like that was the start of our financial journey, right? Mm-hmm. And making sure that we were getting our money straight. The first thing was to get rid of that credit card debt. Now, you all, we said this at the start. We have a video that we show people how to get rid of credit card debt without having to create extra income or without having to take from Peter to pay Paul. We didn't know this method when we were getting rid of our debt. So every bonus we put towards our debt, every tax return we put towards our debt. And then the first stimulus check that the melon felon put out paid the last of our debt, of our credit card debt. And we have not looked back. And now it has been, and it's interesting because I remember one of our colleagues, Rick's friend, saying that a lot of people will get a second or third mortgage and pay off credit card debt. And then 4 years later, they're back in debt. Well, it's been 5 years since we've paid off our credit card debt, and we still have no credit card debt. We pay off every single one of our credit cards that we use. We don't use all of them. We only use about two of the 10. But once in a while, those other ones will get used for some reason. Like if I'm booking a flight, I might use one of the other ones or what have you, right? They all get paid off at the end of the month, y'all. Mm-hmm. They all get paid off at the end of the month. 2026, get a move on, expat says, with Trump moving the Department of Education to the Treasury. Do you think that will impact student loans and wage garnishments? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that an educated electorate would never have elected him. The Republicans have been on a mission since the 60s, since the civil rights law, right? That they didn't want to support, even though supposedly they're the party of Lincoln, but you free them, but keep them under your thumb. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted, right? Ever since then, they have been on a mission of the deliberate dumbing down of America. I don't know if you've read the book. I read the book. It's called The Deliberate Dumbing Down of America. And it was written by a former Secretary of Education, I want to say under Reagan, either Reagan or Bush 1. Mm-hmm. And she spills the tea, y'all. I think you can still get it. Look it up. The Deliberate Dumbing Down of America. Because they know. That's why they started. The first thing that the religious right started doing was going after school board seats and regency seats, or those seats in charge of the universities. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right? Because they were watching their kids go off to university and come back with a different point of view. And so their whole thing is, oh no, education is liberal, is woke. Well, they weren't using that word back in the day, but you know what I mean. Education is too woke. Yeah, it is, because once you can think, then you know what the hell they're saying is full of it. With Trump moving we just read that one. Is it possible to do Portuguese visa process on your own instead of using relocation comp? Had bad experience with realtor from company, her microaggressions with savior attitude, calling people poor, etc.
White savior.
White savior, yeah. Hey, Mel. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm. Plenty of people have DIY'd their visa process for Portugal. The question you need to ask yourself is, how much money do you have? How much money and time do you have for your mistakes? Because what is out there and listed, like American and Friends in Portugal, right? That Facebook group, she does a really good job of keeping track of all of the requirements. But this is what is hard to keep track of. And this is what a good relocation specialist knows. is the idiosyncrasies for every single consulate. You know, when we applied, a 1-year lease was not required from every single consulate, but it was required for California. When we applied, having your FBI background check apostilled was not required. It is required now. So yes, of course, you can DIY it. You can do it yourself. We did Mexico ourselves on the American side. We did that part ourselves. We did not do it on the Mexico side ourselves. And mainly because we did not speak enough Spanish. And so we didn't have to do anything. They did it all for us. It is a small price to pay to get it right. So for Portugal, when you need a 1-year lease before you even apply, that's like you're paying rent someplace else. And if you get it wrong, and that doesn't mean if you get something wrong, if you're missing something, that doesn't mean you have to start all over. But it just means it's delayed.
Pushes back, yeah.
Right? And so now you've got to send them the extra stuff that they're asking for. And then they're going to take another 2 to 3 months. And meanwhile, you're still paying rent in Portugal. That's why we do not suggest that people DIY Portugal anymore. Like back in the day, you could DIY Portugal all day long before they had so many requirements. But you've got to have health insurance, a bank account with so much money in it. How much money today? Because when we applied, it was 2 to 3 months living expenses. Now people are talking about $30,000. Like, what is the deal? Is that just that consulate or is that all consulates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So yes, you can do it. We do not suggest that you do for Portugal. Panama, you must have an attorney. Mexico, you can DIY it all day long. And there's other places you can DIY. You can DIY Portugal. You can DIY Portugal. I don't know that we know anybody who's DIY'd it lately.
Not lately, no.
So we will put in the description below the companies that we recommend for relocation for Portugal. And then one of the places that we work with also does Panama, Costa Rica, and maybe they've integrated Spain, I'm not sure, as well as Portugal. Would you say it's best to settle with the creditors and pay debt down or best to file bankruptcy? Hey, live life on purpose. It depends. We can't answer that question just in broad strokes. Yeah. Like, how much debt do you have? How much income do you have? Are you sure you're using your income the right way? Is there another way that you can pay down that credit? Is it credit card debt? Is it student loan debt? Is it car debt? What kind of debt is it? So there's a lot of questions to answer before we could answer that question. So bankruptcy, I have no problems with people filing bankruptcy. But you have to understand what the implications are, and you have to be very certain that you're not going to need your credit in the United States for the next 7 to 10 years. You have to be certain, right? So yeah, there might be a better way that will leave you more options on the other side, but I don't know, because it's, there's too many questions. Yeah, too many variables. Exactly, sweetheart. We are from the accumulation and consumption country. That's the truth. That is the truth. That is absolutely the truth, which is why so many Americans cannot afford to do this move. Y'all, stop buying shit. When you go into stores here, you don't find just rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of all different kind of shit. You just don't. Yes, there is consumption in other places. And yes, you can find what you need, but you can't always find what you want. And yeah, we've got all of the labels and the malls and all of that crap. But like in the grocery stores and in our version of Target and stuff like that, there are not as many options as there are in the United States. That's number one. Number two, you don't have the room. The average person in Europe, anyway, does not have the square footage to accommodate all that crap that's going to sit on shelves and collect dust. So change that mindset and you can get the hell out. When moving, if you have Charles Schwab, Wise, 2 major credit cards, and a home bank account, in addition to a decent 401k, is that all, or am I missing something?
That's a start.
Yeah, like I'm not sure, Chris or Christine, what your real question is. Okay, so let's go over this, y'all. Charles Schwab has 2 functions. One, your brokerage account. It could be your rollover 401k turned into an IRA, right? Plus, it has banking. So you don't necessarily need Wise if you have Charles Schwab, because they both can do transfers to international banks. Wise can hold multiple currencies. A Charles Schwab global account can hold multiple currencies. I don't know that you need two major credit cards. One major credit card can be enough.
Unless you're not a backup or something like
Yeah. I don't know. A home bank account. You should maintain a bank account in the United States as long as you are a United States citizen. And I would, if I were in the position to receive Social Security, I would get all of my stuff transferred into that American bank account and then transfer it in chunks to wherever I am. There is no reason on God's green earth that the United States should have direct access to your foreign bank account. Now, if you have over $10,000 in a foreign bank account, you have to fill out what? Every year before April 15th, you have to fill out what? Let us know in the chat. And if you are watching from the future, let us know in the comments. What do you have to fill out?
Even if you've only had 10,000 in that account for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Even if it's 30, if you transferred it in, then transfer right out to the landlord or whomever have you. The fact that it hit the account and was in there for a second or two means you have to fill out the FBAR, FBAR. That's what it is. Okay. So yeah, I'm not, when you say, am I missing something? The question is missing something regarding what? Right? Because you say a home bank account, but what I'm not hearing is like it again, it depends. What is your plan? What are you doing? Are you moving? Are you slow traveling? What are the requirements? What is your budget? What's the income stream going to be? All of these questions have to be answered. Okay. And the first one is, what is your budget and where's that money coming from? What is your budget and where's the money coming from? Right? Okay. Let's undo that one. We got Chris out. And Montreal is where they speak French. Ontario is a Canadian province. Toronto is located in the province of Ontario. Okay. Yeah, it was Vancouver that I was thinking of. That's what it was. This mango turd. Oh, we just coming up with all the names today for the titty baby melon felon, aren't we? Mango turd. No offense to mangoes. Started a war with the same people whose ancestors were the ones in the Crusades. Like, when you don't know history, when you do not know history, because you are so arrogant to think that your money is going to protect you from everything. And you have this superiority when it comes to people of color. It is so easy to lose.
Yeah, it is.
It is so easy to lose. He didn't even read what we went through in the Vietnam War, because had he, maybe he would have said, I wonder if these guys are going to act like the North Vietnamese, right? Where they had outfits on with gray, and some had gray and a stripe going down. And from the air, when you looked down, it looked like a landing strip. And then the landing strip got up and walked away. That's the kind of genius the Vietnamese were doing in the 60s. Okay. I can only imagine what the so-called underdogs are creatively doing today. But when you don't know history, when you don't read a damn book, when you refuse to have your security briefings, but then you fundraise and say, but if you give me some money, I'll send you the security briefings. You'll be the first ones to receive, because Lord knows he ain't reading them. This is what happens when you take the country with the biggest budget on the planet and turn it over to someone who is bankrupt 7 companies, including some damn casinos, never with his own money, but always with somebody else's own money. What do you expect? When you take someone who has been married got three baby mama, but talk shit about family values. One died under very suspicious circumstances. When you have a man who says, yeah, I can go into the teenage dressing rooms and look at them while they're getting dressed because I'm inspecting. What in the hell do you expect? And now some foreign actor has gotten access because, we had 20-year-olds in charge of security and intelligence in the United States. And so some foreign actor or actors got a hold of all of the Epstein files. Compromised much? You saw what he was doing. He started this whole war to distract us from the Epstein files, where a 14-year-old, 13 or 14-year-old legitimately accused him of rape, to the point where the FBI had 5 different conversations with this same human being. Started a war for the Epstein files. Started a war to not have an election. Do you think there's a chance that somebody in the Iranian power structure has access to the Epstein files? Do you think that there's a chance that Bibi, Yahoo, the person who does Apartheid Part 2, do you think there's a chance that they maybe have access to these files?
Oh, you know they do.
Huh?
You know they do.
Because I don't know. Not even GW was stupid enough to listen to Bibi and go bomb Iran. Who said that?
John McCain.
John McCain. That's the kind of stupid shit that these palm-colored power brokers and their POC affiliates like Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah, I'm talking about him, the black man. Yes. Who has signed off on all of this shit. Right now, the minority leader should be bringing the president up for charges for not going to Congress and starting this war without. There was no imminent threat. It has already been said. Tulsi Gabbard already said no imminent threat. And they're letting this man get away with it. Why? Why is Hakeem Jeffries kowtowing down? Why is he bending the knee? Why is he all up in Bibi's behind? Huh? What in the hell is going on? I don't know, but I think that the leopards are eating their faces. I think that they thought that they could swallow the elephant in one bite, and they realized that the elephant is huge. I think that just like the hubris of the presidents of the 60s, they looked at these brown people and said, and the brown people said, bitch, we were here before you and we will be here after you. Okay. Okay. Yes. So Quebec is the French speaking part. There's a lot, you guys know that in British Columbia, Canada is where a lot of the slaves ran to, right? Y'all know that. But Canada has their issues as well. They learned from us though. And they went the other way. Because they were going further to the right too, until the Mellon felon got elected and he started showing his ass. And then they were like, no. So what we don't want is more of that. That's what we don't want. A friend of mine's flight was diverted from Paris and now she's in Singapore.
Wow.
Desensitized zombies looking for next daily life in the USA. You know, it wouldn't be surprising to me if the United States turned into Escape from New York or Escape from LA, whichever the first one was.
New York. I was just on the other day.
Seriously, UC Berkeley was my dream school growing up. Went to their MESA program in elementary school. I'm over it now and looking for a student visa elsewhere. Yes. And with student visas, y'all, you do not have to qualify financially. You just have to show that you've been accepted into a program. So it's much easier to get a student visa than it is to get any other type, I would say. You can turn almost any profession into a consulting business. Y'all, seriously. Do not feel like you have to be tied to the United States. If the internet did not do anything else well, what it did was it democratized access, democratized marketing, democratized capitalism. Because we can sell from these chairs, we can sell to anyone all over the planet. All over the planet. You don't need a big break, right? I remember, because we're both started in the entertainment industry, and the entertainment industry is always about the big break. It is always about the big break. And look, I was optimistic. Rick was optimistic. We both got good breaks, but we never got that big break. We were always one script away, one album away, one song away, one this away, one that away from the big break. And it never happened for us. All right. It never happened. And yet we are still living our dream life here in Portugal. Yeah. You know, years of compounding interest can beat the big break, right? Most people quit after 6 months on YouTube or something like that.
Yeah. And YouTube, it awards persistence.
It really does, much more than talent.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, because there's this one guy that keeps coming up on my feed, and it keeps coming up because I end up clicking. And I know he's not going to say anything. I know it. He's a Black man. His name is Jay. And he does these reaction videos to semi-political, like political/cultural things, right? And it's obvious to me that he's not well read because he never says anything. He never adds to the story. Oh, yeah, things are really looking bad out there. People just can't afford eggs. This person has over 100,000 subscribers and gets tens of thousands of views. He's making that money. Don't get caught up in you have to find the genre that makes money or this or that or the other. It's not about a genre, especially not for people our age. The age group also will dictate the money. Obviously, advertisers will pay more to get to people who have more money. And people 45 to 65 tend to have more money than people 25 to 45. So who your core audience is will be part of the way that dictates how much money you can make through YouTube. All right. So consistency. We've been on for 4 years. And there's some of you who have been with us since the very, very beginning. We try to call y'all out. So we've got Greta, we've got Professor, we've got Action VJ. They have been with us from the very start. And then there's some other ones who have been with us for a very long time, like CK and the other Greta and people like that, right? Who've been with us since like year 2, year 1.5, or something like that. So on YouTube, you just need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. They have to have watched your stuff. People have had to watch your stuff for 4,000 hours before you can get monetized. But once you're monetized as long as you maintain at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, okay, per month. So if Rick and I would have waited for perfection.
You can't wait for perfection. You just can't. What do we call it? We practice in public?
Yes, because that's what Stephanie says. My mentor, Stephanie Perry, practice in public. You can practice in public. We practiced in public. Like we were saying about Professor LCH. I remember her saying, oh, y'all did a whole show without any kind of technical issues. Okay, she stuck with us through all of that. Why? Because we're authentic. Well, I'm not going to put words in her mouth, but we are authentic. What you see is what you get. A lot of y'all have met us in person. Let them know what you see is what you get. Okay, it's just us. And, whatever you want to know, we will tell you. We are transparent, not to the point where it would put us in jeopardy, right? We don't want to get stuff stolen and stuff like that. But we will tell you as much as we can, honestly. And we will share all of our knowledge. You don't have to take Beyond the Bling. Everything that's in Beyond the Bling, we have talked about and taught in different videos. We give it away for free. And because we are willing to give it away for free, some of y'all are willing to donate through super chat and super thanks, like Dennis, who always gives to our scholarship fund. Some of you are willing to give through being a member of the channel. And this helps us. Because this is, again, we were not full fire. We are not full fire. We have not saved enough to never have to have income again. And I want to save enough so that we don't even have to depend on the Social Security, because I'm not sure that we can anymore, because they decided that the Black woman would be worse for Gaza and had a crazy laugh. And what's the difference anyway? So here we are. Right? So Danette says, I thought about Costa Rica, Cuenca, I'm assuming Cuenca, Ecuador, Portugal, and Spain. After research, I chose Portugal, but I can be flexible. I think we all should be flexible. Okay. And for Costa Rica, if I'm not mistaken, you can get Costa Rican residency and only have to check in once a year or something like that. Double check, because if that is the case and you still believe Portugal is the place, get your Costa Rican residency, get a Mexican residency as well, and Portuguese residency. Why? Why not? Because we do not know geopolitically what is going to happen 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, with things going the way they're going. America is no longer the superpower. Yes, economically, we're still kind of up there, but that's changing rapidly as well, right? The value of the dollar keeps going down. The stock market is looking crazy. What the titty baby is doing is putting everyone on edge. America is isolated. It has no friends. Well, we don't need nobody. We don't need, we can beat them. You know, God only knows what pejorative he said about Iranians. We can beat them blah, 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 with our hands closed. Well, why ain't you guys helping? How come Britain ain't help? Y'all need to help to open that straight back, but we don't need nobody's help. We can do it all alone if we want to. But if you want to help, please help.
Help, please.
Why would they help when you're trying to annex part of the EU? But now you want the people in NATO to help your behind after you said that they were losers and hangers on, but now you need their help. Really? Like, you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. And so I say that to say, I want everyone listening to remain nimble. The idea that you're going to move to Portugal, you're going to move to South Africa, you're going to move to Bangkok, you're going to move to Panama and buy a house and settle down, and that's where you'll live out the rest of your days. I think that's a little naive with what is going on right now geopolitically. Not the purchasing part, but this is where I'm going to live for the rest of my life part. I think it's a little naive. What do you think?
No doubt.
All right. I got to put this back up again because it's just brilliant. Many are walking around like zombies here in the U.S., refuse to believe that it's actually happening. I could believe that because it was like that when we were there in September. Did it feel like people had a sense of urgency?
No.
Or like it was business as usual?
Definitely
right?
Business as usual.
Their comfort zones are breaking down in their faces. You know, it's the frog in the pot, right? It's the frog in the pot. But to me, this is just on the outside looking in. To me, I'm like a frog in a pot of cold water that starts to boil, where the temperature rises like this. It was like, y'all just got dumped into hot water. The water was already hot. Once that mofo was elected, the water was hot. And now we've just turned up the fire. So it went to hot to boiling really fast as far as I'm concerned, because even though we knew all of this stuff was going to happen, there's no way on God's green earth you could have told me that it was going to happen in less than a year. What do you think, sweetheart?
I had a feeling that it was going to go just as fast as it's going.
Really? See, I didn't think that everyone would capitulate like they have.
He wasn't going to waste any time.
I just didn't think that everyone would capitulate. I just didn't. I didn't think that everybody would just roll on over Okay, just scratch my belly, baby, and I'm good. Just scratch my belly. Yes, our property in Jamaica. Oh, they both graduate this June and summer. All right, very good, very good. No debt. Daughter finished first degree, already finishing second degree, and son has high school diploma and college credits. So you've got some smart kids, D. You've got some smart kids. All right, I love it. I love it. I love it. This might seem like a stupid question, but Pepto-Bismol, can I bring in carry-on or do I have to pack it in a checked bag? Hey, Lee, I don't know. Like, how big is your
As long
Pepto-Bismol?
as it's not over 3 ounces, I guess you could just
Yeah,
share it with it.
you can carry any liquids under 3 ounces, y'all.
If you need a bigger bottle, put it in your bag.
Y'all know that. Pepto-Bismol.
Or you can get the Pepto-Bismol tablet.
You can get the tablets, and you can also buy it here.
Yeah, you can buy it here.
You can buy it here. You can buy it in Panama. You can buy it in Mexico. You can buy it in Colombia.
Bismol Peptol.
Yeah. They got it everywhere. They've got it everywhere.
Might be a little bit more expensive here.
Or maybe not.
Over the counter the things like Alka-Seltzer and stuff like that.
Yeah, the American brands are more expensive here, but they've got other stuff that are their brands, that are not as expensive. So they're ready to go abroad. This is D again. We've already experienced living out of the U.S. Good. As children also attended private school abroad. Very good. They're interested in Canada and Britain, of course, Europe, Thailand to relocate as well.
Oh, cool.
Britain is Europe, baby. But I know what you mean. English-speaking places. We're working on my husband's Irish ancestry. We found his great-grandfather was born in Ireland. Do it. Do it. Do it. I'm not sure. Ireland was allowing great-grandparents, but I heard they just reneged on that, and now it's just grandparents. But triple check that. Triple check that and push any way possible. Any way possible. You know how much I love you guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. Love you back. Yes, looking for my mom's birth certificate. She was from Jamaica. Yes. Find it and call Jamaica and see if there's a way that you can get a copy if if they can do that, right? Happy 4-year anniversary. Thank you. Thank you. And so again, I don't know if she bought memberships for 9 months or she has membership for 9 months. That's what I'm unclear about. But thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. All right. Cheryl says most African Americans, especially millennials, they feel like this war is not our fight. It's not our fight. I don't care how they feel. We know it wasn't Israel's fight. It was not America's fight. We already negotiated with the Iranians under Obama. Why America gets to decide who is allowed to have a nuclear bomb and who is not is beyond me. Like, who are we to say who can have one and who can't?
Hey, didn't stop North Korea, did it? They just went on and did it.
Right? But
because
we had already, and they already said, we go, we don't want a nuclear bomb, but we do want to have, different energy sources, etc. And so they negotiated, they opened themselves up to scrutiny with people coming in on a regular basis and doing audits and all of this stuff. And then the melon felon got in and said, any deal black man does is dumb. Tear it up. And here we are. And Bibi has been spewing, that's Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo. He has been spewing that they have been 2 weeks away from a nuclear. Iran has been, according to Bibi, has been 2 weeks away from a nuclear weapon since the 90s. The 90s. So it's not that we don't feel like this is a war that is not our fight. It is not a war that should happen, period, because they were doing everything that the power brokers told them to do, that the white boys told them to do. And that still was not good enough. because Yahoo wants to be an emperor. And so does the melon felon. He has wanted to be an emperor, Bibi, since the 90s. And he keeps coming to America and keeps coming to the UN and everything else, talking about they're 2 weeks away. You pull the tapes. Pull the tapes. This man has been talking about 2 weeks away from a nuclear weapon since the 90s. He's full of shit.
But wait a minute, he's not even from Israel. He's from Poland. He wasn't born in Israel.
And yet, how a country got intertwined with a religion is beyond me. People who are anti-American are not called anti-Christian, but somehow, if you're anti-Israel, you're also anti-Jewish. What one thing has to do with the other, I don't know.
Who the Christians praise
It's all the same God.
Jesus, but the Jewish faith doesn't recognize Jesus.
They recognize him as a prophet. And so do the Muslims. All right? It's all the same God.
But they don't recognize him as a savior.
No, it's all stupid.
So it's kind of counterintuitive.
It is.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
It makes no damn sense.
I refuse to have someone call me anti-Semitic because I am anti-Zionist, because I am anti-Bibi Netanyahu, I am anti-apartheid. I refuse.
And that's all it is.
That is all it is. Because if you're against the titty baby melon felon, if we can't call you anti-Christian, then you can't call me anti-Semitic for being against the other murderer in chief on the other side of the world, who probably has some dirt on the melon felon with these Epstein files. So many don't even know what's going on. They don't even watch the news. I retire this year, and I need the house sit hookup. Oh, yeah, definitely. So it's Trusted House Sitters. I will put our link in the description below because it will give you a discount. All right. After this is over, I'll put our link. We do house sits all over the world, all over the world. We know people who have done house sits all over the world. Y'all know Stephanie Perry has done house sits all over the world. It is a good thing.
It is a
good thing. And if you like pets, like we do, I don't really want to have a pet anymore. I'd rather be a pet grandparent through house sitting. And then I can get my pet love and sit, it's like having grandkids, right? You can just love up on, smell that baby smell. Oh. And then
our puppy smell.
Yeah, the puppy.
My baby smell, puppy smell.
Well, it's like grandparent, right? So you get the smell and then you give them back to the parents. So that you don't have to deal with all of the costs and responsibilities. You just get the good part. And that's what I love about house sitting, because I love having pets, but I don't love the responsibility of having pets anymore. Not now that we are able to travel as much as we are. It just doesn't make sense. Perhaps if we had a little bitty thing that we could bring with us, but then it would be harder to do house sits as well. Some house sits will allow you to bring your pet. Okay. So if you have a pet, don't let that keep you out of it, but just know, that your options will not be as broad as those of us who have no pets. Caribbean island food is generally seasoned well, like New Orleans seasoned. Yeah, but not in Panama and not in Colombia. I'm sorry. But that's what I was talking about in the Utopian before the chat. Okay, I'm not sure what you're referring to, baby, because this was a long time ago. You said this an hour ago. Elongated Muskrat just offered to pay TSA salaries to get things back on track. He needs to. That's the least he can do, because he's part of the reason why it's jacked up right now. Him and Big Balls and that other idiot that said, well, oh no, DEI is like when you use DEI and, you know, if it's got LGBTQ or black or Asian or woman, it's DEI. No, bitch, you're DEI. You're WEI. White, entitled, and incompetent, as Loree Daniel Favor says.
Yeah, he don't need to be.
Those kids,
In church.
the hubris, I know I added some vowels to that, of those kids who took a sledgehammer to the federal government without knowing jack squat about what they were doing. And I hope that the courts say that they have to hire back every single fucking one of those people. I hope. And then I hope half of them say, just give me my pension. And no, I'm outie. 5,000. As I said, America does not deserve our Black brilliance, and they need to feel the pain. They're starting to feel it now, but they ain't felt it like they need to feel it, of a Black brain drain. American Airlines just announced airfare increases, hikes due to oil prices. They're full of shit. The United States gets less than 1% of its oil through that strait. So why are prices going up in America? See the grift? Do you see the grift? It's a grift. Are they talking about on that on the news, that the United States only gets less than 1% of its oil and petroleum through the Hormuz Strait? Are they saying that on the corporate media? Probably not, because they want an excuse to raise the prices. It's bullshit. I've started my Benin citizenship. It's a lot, but it's well worth it. Okay, so let us know. Do you have direct, like, grandparent, great grandparent from Benin, or are you doing it through DNA? How are you doing it? Sending the melon felon to prison is considered a cruel hardship for the U.S. security staff that will have to do the time. CK, I want to see the orange jumpsuit perp walk. I don't care if that motherfucker is 90 years old. I want to see it. I want to see it. Maybe they will kidnap the orange man just like he did to the Venezuelan president and his wife.
Don't nobody want him.
Maybe they want him. Maybe they want him to stop jacking up the rest of the world. Southwest is pulling out of O'Hare Airport. I wonder why. Probably the fees. I've been in Panama since February 6th. What the hell is going on in the U.S.? I'm going back there in April, but I don't know. Y'all. Winnie, you know, it's always going to be some stuff going on in America since the melon felon. There's always going to be some stuff. The unqualified, mediocre always get promoted and placed in authority. They do, right? And they just screw up stuff. And then we're meant to come in and fix it. Watching the airport mess from overseas, flew from Ecuador to Chile with no issues. If we can't get back to the States, we'll just keep bopping around. I ain't mad at you, Biz Help Guru. I am not mad at you. And you're in the places that I wanted to see this fall, but didn't realize how freaking big the continent of South America is. Yeah, gonna have to do that the next time. Iran has already threatened him. They aren't afraid to die. That's the thing. See, when you have nothing, Rick said this, when you have nothing to lose, y'all, I don't think, he's like, okay, he wants to call uncle. He wants to slap down and say, uncle, uncle, uncle. They're like, no, bitch, there is no uncle. No, you started it. You felt froggy. Now we're going to end it. And we're going to end it the way we want to end it. We want to end it so that you know, so that America knows, do not ever F with us again. That's what they said. That's what they said. You all pray that this does not turn into World War III. Pray that this does not. All right. So Brenda's saying rest. You need rest. All right. We're already at 2 hours, so I guess we're going to wrap it up. Chuck is an it's not real agent. He is. I think he's totally bought out by AIPAC. Schumer and poor dim leadership have gotten us here. Yes, yes, yes. As well as the education system, as well as folks who didn't see the problem with Reagan and then didn't see the problem with GH, right? Didn't see the problem when Hillary Clinton called Black people super predators and Clinton did 3 strikes you're out. Didn't see the problem. Didn't see the problem when GW, his campaign said that McCain had an illegitimate Black baby, talking about is she Indian or Pakistani? I don't know. Southeast Asian, I believe, daughter that he adopted. Put out there that he had an illegitimate Black child. Didn't see the problem with that. Didn't see the problem with Sarah Palin, talking about real Americans, right? Didn't see the problem. Think they see the problem now? Because all of that, see, people say, how do we become an autocracy in 1 year? No. Turkey, it took about 10 years. Hungary, about 10 years. America, it's been 10 years since that motherfucker came down the escalator, but let's not get it twisted. All of those other people that I just named set the stage. They all set the stage for Trump. And the only reason why Obama got elected is because we were in a great recession. And not only were the tires off the bus was in the damn ditch. They had driven the bus off the road and into a ditch. And they do it every single time. The Republicans do it every single time. Every single time. How anyone could ever vote for them is beyond me. We have proof that they don't know how to govern. They want to put movie stars and shit in charge because they're idiots. All Republicans are idiots. I'm sorry. Is your grandma a Republican? I'm sorry. But from Nixon to today, every single one of them has made sure that there's money for war, but no food for the poor, as Tupac would say, right? Every single one of them have made sure that they take away rights. Every single one. Every single one of them have made sure that they took stuff away from poor people and gave tax breaks to rich people. Every single one of them have started a war in the Middle East. Every single one of them. Every single one of them have left us in shambles, and yet people still vote for them for some stupid shit like abortion or gay people. How in the fuck is that working out for you now? Since the 70s, Republicans have created about 1 million jobs. And Democrats have created about 50 million jobs. That's a fact. It's a fact. And so why do people think that Republicans are better for the economy? Why? Because they're uneducated. They're stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. But anybody who sat on the fence, anybody who does not vote is an idiot and probably should not have the right to vote. I said it because here we are. And these lazy ass, stupid ass people have gotten 100 babies in Iran killed and thousands of babies in Pakistan or Palestine killed. And God knows wherever else, not even including the American babies that are hungry right now, who have no health care right now. Because of Hillary's emails. Because they did not like her laugh. How is that working out? There is nothing that you can say that will tell me that anybody who votes Republican is brilliant. There's nothing you can say. Because they could be brilliant, then they're evil. They're evil and brilliant, or they're idiots. But they're not good people and smart. No. Because good people don't take food out of the mouth of babies. Good people don't look and say, well, if I can save $2 on my taxes, that's fine. I don't care that that child's not going to get to eat. I don't care that that mom is out on the streets. I don't care that grandma has no health care. I just saved $2 on my taxes. And that's what's evil. These people are evil. They're either evil or stupid. Thank you, Bonita, for the super sticker. Super sticker. And she gave us two. It looks like. Yep, because it's different times. Thank you. As you know, every single penny goes to our scholarship fund. Every single penny that is donated goes to our scholarship fund. We thank you all. Every single dollar counts, right? And that's our scholarship fund for Beyond the Bling. That's our financial freedom program. Okay. So if you need a scholarship, send us an email, put scholarship in the subject line so we see it. As I said, there's a waiting list right now, but Sarah just gifted 5 memberships.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. As you know, all our members, we get together with y'all every single Sunday before we go live, behind the scenes. If you guys don't mind watching me put on makeup and watching Rick set up the lights and stuff like that, chat with us, hang out, and see what happens to make the magic happen, if you want to call this magic. And our Utopian legends come on with us every other Thursday on air to talk about whatever we're talking about by that day. Hey, Iman Z or Iman Z. Iman as your name, and then Z-I. I don't know. I'm not sure, but welcome. Welcome to the Utopian family. We appreciate you. Which one, Sarah?
No.
Yeah, I put that one. Yep, I put that one on. I put Bonita on, and I put other Bonita on. So I think we have said thank you to all of the people who are becoming members and donating. We appreciate you guys so very much. So very much. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. There was this young lady that Rashida had on her channel way back in the day. I want to say we might have still been in the United States at the time. And this young lady had gone no contact with her mom. And she said something that was interesting and profound, because I had never heard it before. And that is, you cannot heal and cope at the same time. You cannot heal and cope at the same time. Your environment can influence and affect whether you are coping or whether you are healing. And in the United States, I believe that it is impossible for African Americans, for Black Americans to heal. It is hard to heal in the same place that is causing you the distress and abuse in the first place, right? It's like trying to heal from an abusive relationship while you're still in the relationship. So your environment can shape your dreams and can affect your dreams. Moving abroad changed our cost structure and our mindset,
Mhm.
right? Lower costs equal more freedom to experiment. But being over here in Portugal without all of the racial tension, without all of the political tension, yes, politics happens here.
Mhm.
Yes, they have a MAGA type party here. But politics do not inundate you here the way they inundate you in the United States. Like the news channels are not like 100% politics all day long. They're also talking about the cat stuck in the tree and the this and the that and the other, like when we were kids. Remember those days, right? When you lower your cost of living, that means that your side hustle does not have to produce as much money, or you've got more freedom to experiment, right? More freedom to experiment. Where you're at, where you're living
It can accelerate or delay your dreams.
that part, right? So your dreams could be delayed by staying in the United States. You all know that we started our YouTube channel 4 years, you guys. 4 years ago, 2 days ago would have been 4 years officially, on the 20th of March, while we were still in the United States, but already planning, because I had already retired. Rick was like 2-3 weeks away from retiring. You retired April 1st, so
Mhm.
2 weeks away from retiring. We launched our channel under the premise that Rick and I were retiring early. Like I said, early is all relative, y'all. Now, some of y'all who got them good government jobs, y'all saying that ain't early. But for the rest of us, it was early, okay? We were retiring early and traveling the world. That's how we launched our channel. And so we're telling you, if you start a YouTube channel, launch it. Don't just start it, launch it. You can soft start it and just put some videos out there, but plan a launch day. Invite all of the people who are on your Christmas card list and everything else. Okay? Act like you were opening up a brick and mortar store. You wouldn't just one day turn the key and flip the sign. You put out a big banner and you say under new management or whatever, right? Now open.
Letting everybody you know.
Right? You probably would put some door hangers on the neighbors around the store and stuff and let them know that you're open. All right. So you want to open to fanfare. You want to open and let people know. So many times, well, I'm a move in stealth and this and that. Well, stealth don't pay the bills. And I know grandmama said, don't always tell people what you're doing, but you have to. And yes, there's going to be some people say, well, I remember, where is this one? Let's take this off. I remember when we told people that we were getting residency in Mexico, and I had Mexicans say, why? Have you been back lately? Or are you just listening to what great grandma said and you ain't been back? I don't know. But that did not stop us, right? That did not stop us. Fear is the real cost. Fear is the real cost, not money, right? Most people could start today, but fear of failure, fear of judgment, right, or change keeps you stuck on stupid. The biggest risk is staying in the same place.
Yes, it is.
That's the biggest risk. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. MS Sin, Miss Sin, like Ms. Sin, as in Cynthia, maybe. I don't know, but thank you for the super chat or super sticker.
Yeah.
Again, 100% of the money goes to our scholarship fund, and we appreciate you so much. All right, y'all, we are going to wrap it up. It's been 2.5 hours.
Did you get everything out that you wanted to get out?
Probably not. Look, these mofos, I am so angry. I am so angry because it doesn't and did not have to be this way. It did not have to be this way. I don't understand why people still think that war is a good thing. I have no idea. I have no idea.
It's a profitable thing to some people.
I suppose it is. I suppose it is. So, meetup, Juneteenth. As Action VJ said, the meetup tickets are on sale. Okay, let your folks know. The special Juneteenth private chef experience is sold out. It because of CK. We offer it to Utopian legends first, and that's what we did. And then we opened it up to members of the channel second in general. And then we opened it up to people who are on our email list for wanting to know about the meetup, and they are sold out. But the meetup is not sold out. So the meetup is on the 15th and the 16th. And we are having a wonderful grown folks evening at a Black-owned restaurant on Monday. That is our opening celebration, our liberation celebration. It is going to be a 4-course chef tasting menu with accompanying wine pairings. I think we're going to have a sommelier there to explain things, et cetera, et cetera. So that's Monday. And then Tuesday, we are going to take a trip up north to the Silver Coast of Portugal. And we're going to check out the beach area of Nazaré and the Buddha Eden Garden, where we'll have lunch and have another wine tasting, and then head on over to Obidos, which is a medieval village that is still surrounded by one of those walls with the castle and the whole 9 yards. Okay. And so we'll have a little cultural tour there. I cannot wait. I think it's going to be so much fun. On Sunday, the day before our official meetup, we're going to do a river cruise. So that's another add-on that you can do. We have withheld some days for our people to do the African Lisbon tour. There are days just for us for the Afro Flavors tour. So that's a food tour, as well as Nisa's Lounge is having some special R&B jazz guests come into town during our Week Up Week, especially because you all are here. And so he's having a special concert on Friday and Saturday. That would be the 19th and the 20th of June. So we have 7 whole days, 8 or 9 whole days of activities. But the 2 main days are the 15th and the 16th. The 15th and the 16th are the official days of the meetup. And then there's all of these other activities that, and everybody will not be participating in all of those activities. Because like the African Lisbon tour can only take 40 people per tour, only 40 people. So right now, Wednesday is almost sold out and Saturday still has space. The Afro Flavors tour also can only take about 30 to 40 people. We already have about 70 people signed up for the meetup, and I know we're going to have a lot more. So everybody will not be doing each of those things, but a lot of us will be doing all of those things, and then they'll open it up to the general public for whatever tickets are not purchased. Okay, but those days are set aside for Utopians, y'all. We are going to have so much fun. If you need help getting your stuff together, we do offer one-on-one coaching. That information is in the description below, as well as information on how to get in contact with us. If you're coming to town, send us an email, put "We're coming to Portugal" or "We're coming to Lisbon" in the subject line. We get a lot of emails, and so that will help us know which ones we have to pay attention to sooner rather than later. So Beyond the Bling, that information is in the description below as well. And I think that is it. Oh, somebody else. Angie, thank you.
Angie.
What you said. Thank you for the super chat or super sticker money. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much. So Bonita got her tickets. Dee says, great convo. Thank you. You guys, don't wait to get your tickets, because we saw some people who were in the 2025 group, when I told them that the chef experience for Juneteenth was sold out, because it's a very limited amount of people. So they were like, oh, darn, I missed it. Even the meetup, we have a limit on how many people we can have because space. Okay. So don't wait. Do not wait. Even if you can only buy like your ticket now, and then you need to get the add-on tickets for some of the other things later, do that. But don't wait, because if you wait, you might miss out. Oh, CK, she's always giving me more work.
That's just ball.
She's always giving me more work.
She gonna come work it?
We'll see. We will see. All right. I know we probably did not get to all of the questions. Just don't fly, you'll get to your destination faster. For some folks, that might indeed be the case. So Quietly Elsewhere says, I'm looking to work to start a business unless I have to. Wait, I'm not looking to work or start a business unless I have to. But I tell family and friends, just do it. Yeah, like, again, we did not reach full fire, which is why we had to do some kind of side hustle, or we had to keep working for another 2 years. And I did not want to work for another 2 years. And I'm so glad that we didn't. I'm glad that we took the opportunity, we took the chance on ourselves, and we did this thing. And we got to meet all of you.
Yes.
We got to meet all of you, which is just as that, like, that is half the sauce right there. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know, because a lot of our old friends, and here's another thing about moving abroad, they don't keep in touch like they said they was going to. They don't. They do not. Okay. And so we had to build a new friend group and family group. Now, our Ace Boom Coons, we still contact with the Ace Boom Coons, but not everybody, it's like hit and miss and this and that and the other. So know that. And this is another way that you can create community as well. So YouTube is not just for money. It also helps you create community. And so many of you who are commenting, we now consider friends. We now consider friends. We met you in real life. Y'all know who you are. Y'all know who you are. All right. You've been invited to the cookout. And so we love you guys. We love you so much. And we're going to let you go. Thank you for celebrating 4 years on YouTube, y'all. We've gotten over like 5 million views, something crazy. And I just never would have thought. And it's funny because my mom says, she's like, you have 83,000 subscribers. What if each one of them gave you $1? If each one of them gave you $1 every year, I was like, yes, mommy, that would be nice. That would be nice. But however it goes, almost 250,000 because of you. And so we thank you. We thank you for helping make our dreams come true. And we want to help you make your dreams come true.
Yes.
Let us help. We love you. See you on Thursday. Bye.